Hello everyone, this is Blender Guppy. So in this video, I'm going to model something, uh, a canister. I was curious about it when I saw it. So a canister with a toxic liquid inside. So the top's going to be open, and I think this video is mostly going to be about the shader. I want to create the shader for the toxic blob inside the toxic liquid inside the canister. So I will let you watch how I do it. I don't know how to do it yet. So I think one plan is there's going to be this the liquid, then there's a bit of smoke because it's toxic. So there's going to be some kind of mist going up, and yeah, the mist. You can do it using particles. The physics. Where's the physics tab? You can do it using the physics. Um, yeah, particles. I think the smoke. What is the smoke? You can actually just type F3 quick smoke. There we go, and play. And let's try and get some HDRI going. So that's, I think that's on by default in Blender. I think that's an add-on, and you just have to type quick F3 to bring up the search bar. It's called in this room. Quick 3 F quick, and you can see quick liquid, quick explode. Quick displacement is from random flow. This is not in the, so only with the object. So quick 4, quick smoke, quick liquid, and quick explode. So that's in Blender natively. So we have quick smoke here. Let's try and render this. Yeah, but I don't know how to. That's too much. Don't know how to do it uh with subtlety with the mist. So that's what. But what I'm planning to do is just use um cards, texture cards. So there's going to be alpha. I'm going to create the smoke as a procedural texture, and hopefully it looks good. Oh my god, it's cool. Okay, this is where the blob is going to be. First, we're going to uh, Borgify this using random flow. Okay, all smooth, and then save canister 01, and then establish the mirror X, Y, and Z. Oops, not Z, just X, Y. And I don't want to get this, I don't want to detail this, and also uh, this part. So um, select a loop in a region, so I to reverse and partition mesh by selection. So then I can model this, but first I need to see the data so I can get back to the original. And then random panels. So we don't need to actually larger. E. So I'm not going to use subdivision because the we already have so much faces in the AT and fix this. There we go. Yeah, that this is a nice. And click the center. Yeah, merge it back and do some additional detail. So also in panel cutter, uh, so in panel cutter or panel cut or the panel cut add-on, the default type will be the bevel. I've set it to the and the other type is the inset, which is once the default. So I made the bevel as the default. So in inset as well, when you use the thickness now has min max values, and when you use yeah, and also the depth, you can click on this to make it unified. And when you click on outer thickness, this becomes outer thickness, outer depth, inner inset, thickness and depth. Okay, bevel. Um, get that off and insert them together. Let's see if we can circle this. Okay, that's actually good. Um, Final cut, that one. Individual origins. Here we go. Click on these faces and final cut. So we are just uh, doing some 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and partition mesh, uncut, bevel, and split, okay, merge. There we go. And just some random details manually modeled. Yes. Mm, insert, insert again. That, so it's too small. There you go. Final cut, boundary edges only. Go. There we go. We can start with the. Okay, let's just do some more here. Cut symmetry, and we're good to go. Run the vertex color, gray color. I'm going to change this name to something else with the update hits. Dirty. Okay, let's try this one. Going to up in the material from previous work that I did. So hopefully this will be. So we'll just um, focus on the toxic blob. Going to make this section the same vertex color pick this one here, or probably make this lighter like that. This one, pick a color. Okay, and create the toxic sign here. Cursor selected. Bring a plane. Then, oh, I think that's an SVG. I think it's an SVG file. I downloaded an SVG file. Import scalable vector graphics. So, um, renders, textures, mostly textures, images. Hide this and scale up. Convert this into a mesh. Then, in order to uh, properly shrink wrap this, we need to make the topology um, composed of mostly quads, composed of all quads and square and evenly spaced quad faces. So extras, texture mesh. Okay, and the first value, which is the default 6, and we'll just increase it later. Okay. F9 to bring up the redo panel again, and then slowly increase the octave depth. So 8 is already slow. So we'll just, actually we can use that as, use 7, use this part here as kind of like a weathering effect. A W, set origin to geometry. So it's in the center. I'm gonna splat it right there, or splat it, snap it right there. Selection cursor, and help it a bit. So when you're shrink wrapping, help the faces in the initial position so you don't have any trouble. So I think this is good. And I'm going to mirror this in the Y axis. Whoops. Rotation scale. Apply rotation scale, then auto mirror in the Y axis. Oops. No, 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 no. Wait, wait. Uh, Cursor selected, and then set origin to 3D cursor. And now you can mirror this on that. There we go. And click on this, and then click this. Click. Shrink wrap. Use shrink wrap. Use data transfer. Floater mesh. Okay. And then F9 to bring up the redo panel, and then just there we go. Manipulate the offset. Let's use cursor tab, and we're going to create a material for this. Shader, mix shader, and then transparency. Go, and I'm going to copy the quick dirt, this material, paste it here, and use it as a control factor for the mix shader. Going to set this as black, and also set this as base color. And for the color, we're going to control it with the color ramp. So let's see what we get. Inner roughness is zero point 0.8. No, it's Um, there we go. Okay, one final thing, and lights. Do not use vertex color, and rename this image. There we go. Okay. On to the liquid. What happened here? There's some kind of shading, distortion. But there's probably a phase developed because of the no. Going to use the 3D printing cleanup manifold. Calculate. No. Oh, it's the vertex color. There we go. We're going to copy this bit, oh, Shift D to duplicate, P to separate, and we're going to name this F2 liquid, and F, and this one is canister. So that's the F2 hotkey to change name and to quickly find out what the name of the object is. So if you're struggling to see, you can see it here as well. But if you don't have this, I think it's in the text info, statistics. You can, but if you just want, if you don't want to go look that way, you can just press F2 to find out the name of the object. Okay, let's get the liquid going. Materials, vertex colored material. Name of the material, uh, toxic goo. Okay. Going to give this level. And let's try and create the bubble. Okay. Um, so it's all new territory from this point on. I'm just making it up as we go along. What's new? Let's name this bubble and click on this and on this face only. Random scatter mesh bubble margin size. Let's just hope this works. Okay, it's 0.05, uh, point 2, point 2, point 2. The margin is probably too much. There we go. And this one, we need to join this. This is, I think, is this mirrored? No, it's not mirrored. Let's join this two. Actually, I'm going to use extras, join objects to liquid. This is so if they're joined together, the bevel node will do its magic, and look at this. Well, they will look like it's the overlap these lines here. It will look like they're bevel and they're one of the same object. Kind of like you can also use this effect to create those wielding effects that in this areas of the model. So when you see here, when I modify the bevel, so we need to just, so this is all just normal trick, normal shading trick. So we need to just use the right amount. There. Uh, since we use the extras function to join objects, we can just select a vert from the bubble, Shift G and vertex group. Go. Now we need to uh, make this dirty. Going here, I'm going to copy quick dirt, Control C, and Control V here. And the question now is what input node are we going to put it in? Put it here, the base color, and then also in weight. That already looks good. Then I need this texture as a bump, but the bevel is already connected to the normal. But we can add the effect by using this input normal input node in the bevel to add the effect. So basically bump and then goes here, adds the bevel, then goes here. So I think from before you have to use math, uh, vector math. I used vector math before from the very old version of Blender, and you can just add them that way. But things have changed. In order for you to stack the effect of the uh, normal shading details, you need to just connect the second one here and the third one here. So for example, click here, let's control it with the color, then vector, bump. So if you want to if you want to add another bump effect here, you need to just set it here. Oops. Oh yeah, set it here because this needs to go to height. Yeah, height. Set it here, or you can set it here and then add your height here. Okay, so let's try and see the effect. Let's just separate the color. Uh, so gray gradation to control the weight and also the bump. But for the color, we're going to use the color. Need more bubbles. Offset, offset. Sounds good. Now need to join this here. Let's see. Extras, chain objects. Okay. Yeah. I think we're better off um, separating the objects. Yeah, I think that's good. Just need to refresh the. I don't know. I think this is a bug. You need to click on the property again for it to show up. Click on the vertex color. It's not okay. Highlight. There's too many highlight. Let's multiply the vertex color so there's each bubble has its own personality. That's not working. Never mind. Well, let's play around with the lighting a bit. So as you can see with some HDRI, it's looks really bad because we've tuned in properties of the is the material based on the HDRI we're using. Okay, let's select it. Going to just bring in some floor. This object is floor or ground. New material, ground, and Control Shift T. Textures. Control Shift T. Textures. Okay. Front lights. Okay. Need to fill as well and square. Square render area. Hmm. Didn't focus. Um, okay, the smoke. So smoke. Let's just try another smoke. If we can't do it, then quick smoke. Oh, let's try the quick smoke at first and just manipulate the Shift D. Just bring it down like that. Selection or separate selection, and then let's rename this um, smoke base, and let's see. Quick smoke. Where's the smoke? I think it needs. Does it need surface? Balcony outside. Quick smoke. I can't. I don't know how to do this. Okay, let's add the sphere earlier, then make it as big as the opening. Cursor selected, and then add the sphere. And then quick smoke. But not smoke and quick smoke. Wait, why won't it work this time? Don't know why. Patient still. Quick smoke. No smoke is being. Oh, there. Okay, bring this back. I just had to wait. There we go. Let's set the so many buttons. Buoyancy density, heat, vorticity, visitor, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. How do we even thin it? Like make it less, less, less thick. Oh God. Figure this out. I think I can do it. Let's add a plane here. Of course, it's selector. Let's try the plane technique. What's the camera? Okay. Unwrap, go to the UV window and align horizontally, align vertically. Select everything and make this the active face. Unwrap all active quad even. There we go. And then let's go back to shader. Give this a shader. Milk. Okay. Base color is noise. Texture. Where's noise? Noise. Nice texture. So we UV'd it, so we're going to use UV. Set this factor to base color, and we're going to add another transparent mix or transparency shader, and we'll probably control this. Use this the color amp. It's 81, 18. So the problem are the edges. I think there's a property here for display. I think I solved this before uh, in the time of the dinosaurs when I was still operating, when I was not scripting. Yeah, transparent layer weight first, no? You need to paint the texture for this. We need to paint a texture. Goes like that and to actually blur the what should we call it? The edges properly. Create a texture map from that. Actually, we need to paint this, and we're going to paint it using Blender. Hopefully, I haven't touched painting before, so here we go. We're texture paint toggle. Where are the tools? Okay. Where's the UV? Where are my texture tools? Oh, there we go. Draw and think white or no? Renew. No, no, no. Mask 01. Okay. Can we even draw here? No, it's not drawing. Text draw. Drawing my friend. Like a blender boomer. I don't know where. How do you, dude? What's this? Set a custom icon. How do you paint? How do you paint the UV map? Okay. Image and yeah. UV editor. Can paint. New options. You know what? Do this. This works. This one is here. It's gonna be black. Next vertex color set to black. Okay, and then we're going to blur. We're going to blur. We're going to blur next. We're going to blur the going to text vertex paints and smooth vertex color. Oh my gosh. Smooth vertex color. F9. Oh god, there's no there's I think we can work with this. There's no redo panel for that. I think we can work with this. Object mode, Alt H, and go to shader and another transparency. Actually, we can just do this. And for the control, we're going to use the vertex color and control it, the color. We need to invert. There we go. There we go. We softened the edges. So vertex color, the way vertex color is that you can see that the this detail, this texture here, or the vertex color is too blacky because the vertex color depends on the fidelity of the vertex color depends on the resolution. The more resolution you have, the more defined or high definition the vertex color is. So the more blacky your topology is, I guess the vertex color also looks blocky as well. But for this instance, this this will work for what we need to do. And let's set it as the, let's set this as the emission as well, just to let us see it better in the review part. One, back irritated. This part, it kind of looks good. It looks. Let's put in Control E, edge bevel one, add a bevel modifier, use bevel, use bevel weights. Try another one here. This one, we're going to make them different per object and probably add uh, geometry. object info, random, and then converter math, add 0, 12. So it's going to be different per object. Now this is what I would like to stream, live stream, like making shaders like this. I guess we need to, you know what? Uh, or where's the color? RGB. There you go. At least in this, let's hide the ball. If we rotate the model, there's still one trick I'd like to show you. So uh, we're going to make these strips rotate and follow the camera in the z-axis. It won't happen in the viewport, but it will happen in the camera angle, in the camera view. Okay, so this one is go to constraints, camera rotation, target is the camera, axis is the z-axis. Just toggle off the XY and just the z-axis. The other as well. Constraints, cap rotation, target, the camera, toggle off XY. Last one. I hope this works. Camera, toggle off XY. Okay. Incorrect. Is it though? Copy and toggle off that. So I need to try and apply the rotation. Rotation. Then turn on the rotation. Rotation. Oh, I know what's happening. The y-axis. We need to let it face the y-axis. One. The negative y is the y-axis. So we need to toggle off the effect. Okay, and like that. So it's facing the y-axis. Also this. Hope this works. Rotation and there we go. So when we rotate the model, this will rotate with the camera, but the position, the what happened? The position is changed. What in the name of it's? Oh, we need. I think we need the origin to the geometry and just set this properly in the middle like that. There you go. That actually looks good. I, when I saw I was googling for something else and I saw the drum and then the toxic paddle inside and the smoke. I thought that was okay. I need to do that and show you guys how I experiment with the shaders. So don't work really well. Yeah. So we didn't bother with the top, but it's going to be the same thing. You see what I did here? I colored this black, then created another facelift here. So the smoothing will not affect this area here. The smoothing will only go as far as this faces here. So I set this black, set this to black, set these to white, and then go to vertex color, and then smoothed this the black vertex color out. So these are not affected. This is the only ones that are affected, and you can see that there's still gradation from black to a brighter color on this part, and this one is totally unaffected. And for this example, for this scene, we didn't do the top part, but that is exactly the same method. So create border, and then this one, and then color this black. So the smoothing will only go as far as this one and leave this untouched. But yeah, Alt H. Actually, we can do it. Let's do it now. But we need to reset the color. So set this to white again. Then this, and this to black. And same for this one. Pick this one as well. So I will try and figure out the texturing. Man, I forget. I haven't touched that area of Blender for so long that I don't know how to do it anymore. So let's go to vertex paint and smooth this out. Smooth vertex color and let's see. Okay, object mode, vertex paint, smooth vertex color. Do I need to switch to object mode? Okay, and this one, vertex paint, smooth vertex color. And let's try and see what we get. Actually, this one doesn't have. Why doesn't this doesn't have what you call it? The bevel doesn't have the bevel. Okay, object mode. Oh, that's because I'm in vertex paint mode. There you go. At least you can also affect the shape. Let's see. Select this top part and press O to activate proportional editing. You can you can actually render this in edit mode. There we go. So you can affect the flow, the texture by um, manipulating the geometry. So at least now the top part is softer. But there we go. It actually worked. So this is the smoke. Just remember what I did. Generate the smoke. I can't share the file because it has the branch node, and that is one of the commercial products. I can't give that away for free because there are people who purchase that. So if you want, um, uh, I'm also using it for the. Uh, I could replace the. I could replace the grunge. I could remove and replace the quick dirt, and also generate another material for the body to get rid of this. These are products in my store, and I want to share this file at least for the overall method that was demonstrated here, so you can download the file and study the materials yourself. So I'm going to replace the commercial aspect of this blend file, and then when I finished, I will pin the link in the description. So it's going to be in my Patreon. It's going to be a public post, and you can uh, just download it for free. Okay, so that is it for this video. And if you have any questions, just comments section or the links in the description. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.